Hello everyone. So I go to my coin dealer. He shows me these little bitty old, very old coins. He says from the 14 to 1600s range. Nice. Now, this isn't labeled as being silver, and I don't know very much about the Ottoman Empire coins, but I figured this one looks like it was whole. So I'm guessing, and it's bent a little. I'm guessing this is probably silver just by its appearance, but I don't know for sure. So even if it is, it's not the kind you can probably get for melt prices because I paid, well, you see what I paid. Now, decided to go ahead and buy this. It's the big copper. Someone wrote extra fine on the card. What you look for on this is the high points of wear. Extra fine will have a little, but not much. Someone's already taken care of the staples on this one. It's a 1918 large cent Canadian coin, which I think is about the size of the American large cents, which I have one right here. Let's see if they're about the same size. Actually, I think the American one's slightly bigger, and it is. Oh well. All right, and then I went ahead and bought this French coin, which is an 1862 bronze or copper. It's got an eagle on the back of it. It's kind of neat. Now we're going to get to the coin I was talking about. It is worn quite a bit. It's 1876. Most of the rim on the front starting to wear into the stars there, and it's wearing into the lettering on the back. This probably wouldn't make it to good 4 if it was graded, because at good 4 it also looks like it's got a bunch of straight line marks on it for like cleaning maybe. But good 4, according to coin guides, graded good 4, this particular coin would be over $100. Being that it's worn, I got it for 48. I'm not really complaining. But that is, and he had a couple other Carson City half dollars that were a little bit better shape than this one, but they cost quite a bit more. He also had a few cap bust half dollars. Now, when I done my video talking about this yesterday when I went live, did not realize that this is a Thaler. It's from 1770, and yeah, I know it's dented and got a hole in it, and got a few what looks like somebody drilled into it a little bit, maybe trying to make sure it's silver. I don't know. I've seen a picture of a coin very similar to this online when I was researching it. I bought this for about melt. It weighs about the same as this with the wear it's got in the hole. It's thinner, quite a bit thinner, but it's bigger across by not by a little bit either. So that was interesting. Now, some of the other coins I did get. Last night. Well, I mean, I got them Friday. I know it's a chip. It's a 720 silver. It's from the Netherlands. And it does have a star. And what looks like some lettering around the edges. Looks like an O and a D, a star, a Z, I think. And what looks like maybe a T. Hard telling. More stars. I didn't even notice this had letter edging when I looked at it yesterday. Now, part of my buy yesterday was 9 standing Liberty quarters at 2 cents over melt for a quarter, but they're worn a bit more, so maybe, just maybe, they're not quite melt. Now, if I hold this the right way, if I can get the light to hit it just the right way, it will look like it's not damaged too much. And that's why you have to be careful when you're buying a coin like this, because if the light hits it like this and the focus isn't real well, you might think it's not damaged, just worn, but no, it's been scraped. I don't know why somebody did that, but I couldn't get it for melt just because it's a rare enough coin, you know, early cap bust $50. I'm trying to see if I can read. Okay. $50, 50 cents. They have letter edging on these. Anyway, part of the reason I wanted to go live right now was because my buddy Jeff Crumpler is going live tonight. So I wanted to go ahead and get this kind of done and talk about the Carson City $50 I got, which I think it takes me to about 7 or 8 Carson City coins I actually have. I'd like to get more, but generally they're not cheap. But we'll have another quick look at the CC on this. The CC is pretty clear. It's worn, but it's pretty clear. So I was happy to get it. Now, I did go by the bank and was able to get some JFK coins and a few presidential dollars today. I didn't get a very good look at any of them. We'll start with the dollar coins, because one of them is kind of interesting. It's not the presidential or Susan B. Anthony. It's this one. I think I have another one of these somewhere, but this one features the Native American planting, I believe it's corn. Looks like the rim's a little off-centered on its strike on the back. Front doesn't look as much, but this side's kind of thick looking, and this side's getting kind of close to the rim. I don't think that's going to make this anything valuable, but what date is this one? It looks like it says 2009 P on there. The first few years they had the date on the front of these, but they stopped doing that. Now, of the JFK coins, most of them are just common date, 71, bicentennial. And another bicentennial, 71, 74. However, this last one, kind of looks like it might be a proof. It's an 81D. I don't know that they made proofs for Denver, or if it's just a like a mint set one that got cracked out of the mint. It's not silver. You can clearly see the red copper, but you don't really expect to get this. Not looking that nice, actually. So I'm gonna have to look up and see if they had Denver proofs or not, because it kind of looks like a proof to me. That covers that part. Always check your dimes and quarters. Probably won't get too many half dollars and change, but you can get a dime like this in your change. This one's a 64D, and that's how I got it. I got this in my change. So I was pretty happy about that, because when you get a dime or a quarter that is silver in your change, you got the cheapest silver coins you'll ever get, pretty much, because I have a dime in it and not $1.50 or $2, whatever a 64 Denver would cost. But Carson City, 1876. Very happy to get this one. And one other thing, today I went by a car show and took several videos. Probably put some of them up on my channel for you to see some of the neat cars I saw today. But like I said, I want to get this one done and over with before late, so that Jeff Crumpler can do his live and I won't be interfering. Now he's going up against Silver Seeker, who's a very big channel, and I'm going up against him too because he's live right now. But that doesn't matter to me because I was going to go ahead and do it anyway. This 48D I got, I believe the record store people gave me this one. It's a wheat penny. Most of these aren't really worth very much unless they're like mint state. There are a couple lower mintage years and stuff, but for the most part, they're not real valuable. Now, someone's out there, you want to say hello in my chat, and then we can, appears that they don't want to say hello. But anyway, this Thaler, I think that's how it's pronounced, from 1770 is pretty awesome. Even with the damage. But if you can get it for about melt, which this is very similar in weight right now with the holes and wears what a US silver dollar Morgan is. Obviously, the magnet, it's not going to stick to it, and it shouldn't. But it's a big coin. I mean, when you compare our US 50 cent to it. Hello, Siren. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I generally paid about melt for this Thaler. It's from Bavaria, the German state of Bavaria. Back then, there were a bunch of different little states, loosely allied, I guess, as German states. And they would eventually join and make a German empire, basically. And that caused a lot of problems later. But I do want to thank people who stopped by and watched my video about the history of the barber coins and what kind of stuff happened in the United States and the world during the, you know, the time they were minted up until they started to leave circulation, which coin dealers tell me was in the 50s. Their dad said they used to still get them into the 50s. Now, if you weren't here yesterday, when I bought this bag of coins, there's a guy, all right, who had this fossil that he'd found in a rock quarry or something, and he broke it open. But if I would have found a stone like this is kind of like egg shape, I wouldn't have known that you can crack them open and sometimes find a fossil, and I have both sides. Now, I've found a few fossils similar to this in alley rock before when I was a kid. I think I've got at least one of them around here somewhere. Not exactly sure where it is, but he gave that to me for nothing. And when you say you saw that, I'm assuming you saw my live stream last night, or maybe you mean my other video about the history of the barber coins. Either way, thanks for stopping by. But yeah, having both sides of a fossil like this is pretty interesting and cool. And since he just let me have it for nothing, I'm not one to complain. He said something along the lines that, yeah, there's some guys who would buy this from me, but they would want it mailed, and I'd have to deal with all that stuff. And he says, just not worth it. Oh, you seen both? Awesome. Anyway, I'm not staying on live too much longer because Jeff Crumpler's going live, and we're friendly channels. I usually stop by his live streams for a little while. But and maybe someone who's watching this can tell me how old of a Roman coin this really is, or if it even is Roman. I guess it could be Greek. It was a gift someone gave me, so I didn't really pay for anything for it. But that pretty much amounts to what I wanted to cover. I'm hoping that everyone has a good night, and hopefully I might be able to go live again tomorrow night for a little while. But I want to thank you, Siren, for stopping by. And there's someone else out there who stopped by too. I want to thank them. Thank anybody actually watches my videos, any of them. And then I'm going to pull this back up because I do not know if this is actually silver or not. It's kind of, it looks like they cracked the coin slightly on the edge here. And someone drilled a hole in it and it's bent too. But it is something I didn't have before. I didn't have any Ottoman Empire coins. And coin dealer said he has a few more. I might see some more next week. This one's a little bit smaller than that one, but they have an appearance to me that looks like silver. He didn't know for sure if they were or not. He didn't. I guess he just got them for a price. He didn't care about how much, if they were silver or not, because he had only so much into it. If he can sell them for $6, he probably, I would guess, bought them in a lot of a bunch of stuff and probably paid $4 for maybe $4.50 tops. Not going to make a whole lot of money off of these, although if it turns out they're actually worth more than what I paid, I'll be happy. Even if they aren't, I'm still a coin collector and love coins, and that's the way it is. Anyway, for those who stop by here, go check out Jeff Crumpler's live stream here. He's going to start in about 10 minutes probably. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here because that's all I got.